This is your sports TV station in Lorain, WLCS TV20.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lorain High School for tonight's contest between the Clearview Clippers and the Lorain High Titans. Tonight's festivities for senior night are about to get underway, and we would like to begin with the introduction of the senior basketball players. First, we have Demetrius Bennett, who is being escorted by mom Roberta Bennett and Ruth Pugh, along with Callie Wood.
Kenneth Moore, put me down next to Kenneth Moore. Okay, Melanie Williams.
AJ Craighead, who is being escorted by Shakita Davis and Shaquila Craighead. Brandon Davis, who's being escorted by Maria Davis and Sherrill Davis. Jerome Golson, who is being escorted by Lachelle Golson. Jonathan Parker, who is being escorted by Tamara Wilson. Teddy Wilson, who is being escorted by Ruthie and Teddy Wilson. Thomas Winbush, who is being escorted by Brenda Winham and Deborah Cable. Next, we have the Lorain High Titans cheerleaders. Prestige Blakely being escorted by grandmother Edwina Johnson. Ariana Carreras being escorted by parents Melissa and Abigito Velez. Tasia Davis being escorted by parents Sheila Hunter and Roger Davis. Brianna Jackson being escorted by mother Rochelle Diaz. Paula Jones being escorted by mother Libby Tarpley and father Paul Jones. Nautica Kidd being escorted by mother Pamela Kidd. Tiana Lighty being escorted by grandmother Della Howard. Marina Melendez being escorted by Nilda Melendez, Reynalda Melendez, and sister Chanel Melendez. Kenneth Moore being escorted by Melanie Williams. Janelle Smith being escorted by parents Annette and Walter Goddles. Talia Williams being escorted by Evelise Ortiz and sister Celia Francisco. Next we have the Lorain High Titans swim team. We have Dan Baxter being escorted by Juanita Ortiz, the grandmother, and Anthony Baxter. Valerie Davila being escorted by Santo and Evie Davila. Denise Labus being escorted by Dennis and Anita Labus. Sean McEwan being escorted by Tim McEwan.
Hey, Jay, all kidding aside, I was coming late.
Hey, she said, Brandon, you wait.
Next, we have the Lady Titans basketball team. We have Melody Ferris being escorted by Regina Arnold. Jessica Fields being escorted by Eddie and Stephanie Fields. Brianna Fortney being escorted by Alice Fortney. Precious Hawthorne being escorted by Paula Rudolph. Madison Stoika being escorted by Lisa Stoika. And now for the Lorain High Titans pet band, we have Abby Rebar being escorted by Debbie and Art Rebar. Aaron Ruse being escorted by Madison Rebar and Gail Harmon. Alex Lopez being escorted by Noel Chesnick.
Don't be nervous.
Ashley Lopez being escorted by Father Thomas Lopez and Sister Brittany Lopez. Alicia Fishner being escorted by Kaylee Fazio and David Ortiz. Yarly Rivera being escorted by Yaro Rivera and Kanika Chavez. And Semi Salisbury being escorted by Father Sam Salisbury. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a warm and thankful round of applause for your Lorain High Titans seniors. Now it's time to play some basketball.
We're asking folks about marriage.
You know, marriage makes me think of sports. You know, teamwork, dedication.
Okay, let's see what people say.
Let's say your marriage is a sport. What sport would it be?
Basketball. Surfing.
They have to be a team sport.
A lot of back and forth.
A lot of people watching.
So how many people are influenced by your marriage?
Hundreds.
You really think about the ripple effect.
It's like a wave.
Want to improve your marriage? For ideas, go to foryourmarriage.org. A message from the Catholic Church.
At Joe Ferment Chevrolet, get the lowest lease payments with the least amount down. This month, lease a Cruise for just $169 with only $995 down.
For over 31 years and more than 250,000 customers, you'll be glad you went
To Joe Ferment.
All right, welcome back. We're live now at the gym at Lorain High School. Don Vince along with Rick Amador making his basketball debut. Ran the sidelines for us on the Cool Cat this past football season. He's going to step into the big booth here as we get set for Lorain High taking on the Clearview Clippers. 9-7 taking on 7-8, Rick, and this is a game that you would really anticipate very different styles.
Yeah, you got the full court pressure of the Lorain Titans against a more non-athletic, I think is the best way to put it, Clearview Clipper team that's going to look to slow it down and try to give themselves a fighting chance in this one tonight, Don.
As we said, coming to the game, they're introducing the starting lineups here, and boy, what an environment. The gym is packed here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for the Clearview Clippers. They're going to start 5'10" junior wing Chad Anderson along with Eric Berkey, a 5'10" sophomore guard. Clifton Brown averaging just over 10 points a game, as 5'10" junior wing player. Anthony Fears, who can jump absolutely through the roof, averaging 19 points a game, is a 6-foot senior guard. And then rounding out the starting five, Brian Wood, a 6'1" senior post player for John Sally's Clearview Clippers. For the Lorain Titans, their lineup has changed a little bit over the season. 6'2" senior guard Demetrius Bennett will start things off along with A.J. Craighead. Craighead averaging over 12 points a game and over 2 assists a game, a 5'10" senior guard. They'll join Thomas Winbush, second leading scorer on this squad, as a senior guard, 6'4", 11.7 points per game. Jerome Golson, the big guy underneath, a forward, averaging 11.5 points per game and almost 10 rebounds per game. A 6'4" senior, boy, almost averaging a double-double. That's amazing. And then Brandon Davis will round out the starting lineup, a 6'1" senior guard. So we've got the introductions here in the gym, and boy, it is packed, and the band is ready to go. They've been loud all night.
Oh, absolutely, Don. And talking about packed, I had to park on 24th Street today.
Did you really?
It was unbelievable, and the atmosphere is electric. Very excited for this one tonight.
Good game to have here in the gym at Lorain High School. A lot of history in this gym. Remember last year we talked about it a little bit. This game was a close one. It came down to a last-second shot. Lorain was able to fire that up. Problem for Lorain right now, and you heard Coach Bastock make reference to it, Michael Davila, the guy that hit that shot, is unavailable to him. He's had surgery recently, so his season effectively done. Titans will be moving left to right across your radio dial and across your TV screen. We want to welcome in all of the viewers on WLCS TV20 as part of our broadcast tonight. Good to have everybody there along. Good to be working with the video club here at Lorain High School as part of the broadcast tonight.
And they do a great job week in and week out.
All right, in the middle, Anthony Fears is going to jump it up, and he'll be going up against Jerome Golson. So we're just about set to get underway. Let's play this one. Let's have some fun. 8 minutes up on the clock. Referees want to get at it too. Toss up is going to be controlled by Fears. Strong tap comes out to the near sideline. That'll be Chad Anderson, and then he's going to hand off. Fears will take over. As the dribble works to the right side, flips it out. Berkey looks inside. Man-to-man defense by the Titans early on. I would expect that pretty much all game. Almost a takeaway, a knockaway there. Fears is going to pick it up, work toward the sideline, or the baseline rather, fire from 15 feet and drop it in.
Nice shot there, right there on the baseline, Don.
Good take, had an open look, might as well give it a shot. Titans facing a trapping zone press here, and they'll beat it by passing over top of it along the baseline right side. Golson had the ball and apparently stepped out of bounds. We're going to head the other way. Early turnover for the Titans.
A great job by Chad Anderson to cut off that base, forcing him baseline where he had no room.
A little bit of a trap here by the Titans as well, although, again, Clearview doing a nice job getting over it. Good recovery defense that time. Craighead getting back, taking the ball away, and then he'll take it into the offensive end for the Titans. Works between the circles, works to the right side, and Davis has it knocked out of his hands that time by Chad Anderson. Looking at the officials for a little bit of help. I don't think you're getting any help tonight.
They're going to let the boys play tonight.
Yeah, I hope so. 2-0 in favor of Clearview early on. Here they're going to sit in that 2-3 zone. No real surprise there. They want to make Lorain High shoot over top of that zone. They'll pass underneath, and the first 2 points belong to Thomas Wimbush. Off the pass, and just that back cut really set him up nicely. A 3-on-2 opportunity for Clearview, but they're going to slow it down.
Smart move on the Clippers' part.
I agree. Fear's going to work from between the circles. Gave up his dribble early. Works it to the left elbow, and then they'll kick it back out top. Brown with the ball. One dribble, a couple dribbles. Works to the wing, and then decides that's not where he wants to be. Finds Berkey. Berkey looks inside. Works off of the screen. No roll available to him. Finally hit the man out on the side. Ball on the ground. Players on the ground. There's an opportunity again. Down low. Shot off the glass is good for Clifton Brown.
A little double clutch there off the basket.
Did a nice job controlling his body as he was making that little double move. Titans looking to beat the press here. They'll pass over top of it. Finally get it over to the left side, and Craighead now up top. Demetrius Bennett working between the circles. Left side, Craighead spots the 3 ball. Front of the rim, no good. Big rebound underneath. Wimbush put back in 2. Give him 4 points. And again, Titans getting the shots underneath. That's where they want to be offensively.
Long and lean, Donnie.
That's it. Anderson looks underneath, and hot pass. A little bit too hot for Brian Wood to get his mitts on. It'll bounce out of bounds, and the Titans will get it off the turnover.
I'm surprised to see the last couple possessions, they were picking up 3/4 court, not backing it down into their zone.
You expect to see a little bit more movement from the bigs from Lorain High. Cross-court pass. That'll set up. Craighead thought about it. No, out of bounds off his leg. We're going to head the other way. Had the look again.
Yeah, you know what? If you're Coach Bastock, you're not mad at that possession. They were really patient. Unfortunately, they couldn't make the basket.
Here comes the trap from Lorain High, and you've got to start finding the open guy, and Clearview does. Boy, you got the over and back as Clifton Brown came across midcourt. You've got to get both feet down before you catch that pass once the ball's come across the timeline, and weren't able to do that. 5:14 left in the first quarter, 4-4. Not a lot of scoring early on here, but I would imagine we'll see a couple runs along the way, Rick.
No, absolutely. And if you're a Clearview Clipper fan, you have to like this.
Lorain into their offensive end of things. Bennett goes between his legs out top, drops it off to the right side. Craighead tries to work it underneath. That one's going to go off of Wimbush's hands. Lorain County Sports Network, the Midview Middies beat Notre Dame Cathedral Latin 3-1 in hockey. They're going to face Cleveland Heights tomorrow in the Barron Cup 3 championship game.
Oh, wow.
Very nice. Pass is underneath for Clearview, and boy, just passed up opportunities. Long ball goes up by Fears. He'll miss that one. Brown with the putback. Give him his second shot of the game. That'll give him 4 points and make it 6-4 in favor of Clearview. Here comes Lorain right back, though. And a foul out top that time is Brandon Davis trying to split the double team. We'll see who they call that on. That's going to be on Brian Wood. His first, team first.
You could tell where Clearview believes that they belong in this game.
Oh, yeah.
They don't seem to be intimidated by the athleticism or the presence of Lorain in their home crowd.
Dolson will get the inbounds pass. He's going to set the screen low. Craighead will spot the 3-ball off of that screen. No dice. Rebound comes down. That'll be Jarrell Williams just into the ball game for Clearview. Eric Berkey now will work up court. Across the timeline between the circles. Flips it off right side to Brown. Brown toward the baseline, and Williams spots the 3-ball. No. Rebound taken away there. Craighead on the push. Goes to the right side. Wimbush wants to elevate. Gets the ball knocked away. Recovered underneath and put back in by Craighead. His first 2 points of the ball game. 6-6.
You know, but for being 5'10", Craighead plays big.
He does. He likes to get in there and mix it up. You like that about your guards. You can get a foul early on here. Demetrius Bennett, his first, team first. Not complaining about the foul, but a little bit less than anticipated, I guess.
We thought they'd let him play a little bit, but.
Devon Andrews comes into the game, and immediately he's going to get a takeaway. Actually, it's more of a giveaway by Clearview, but either way, he ended up with the ball, and he'll get the ball right now between the circles. Works to the right side, and Brandon Davis looks inside. Waits for somebody to clear. Got to get a little bit of movement. Wimbush on the elbow. Slings it back out top. And then around top. Andrews flips it off to Davis. He has to recollect. 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. 6-6 tie ball game. Not a lot of scoring here early on, and you're going to get a foul underneath. I believe that's going to be called on Wimbush, trying to create some opportunities underneath for him. Well away from the ball.
This is just what the doctor ordered if you're a Clearview Clippers fan. You got turnovers. And unforced turnovers at that.
Right.
For the Lorain Titans.
Well, if you're into the first 4.5 minutes of this ball game and you're still knotted at 6, you're keeping the score low, you're slowing things down, you've got everything going the way you want it. So I would agree. Williams drops it down to the baseline. Joshua Molina with his first 2 points of the ball game just in. He's a 5'10" senior post player. That'll make it 8-6 in favor of Clearview. Here come the Titans. Actually, here come the Clippers. They're going to get the takeaway. Ball loose on the ground. Brown flips it off to the left side. That'll be Fears. No dice on the shot. Wimbush will sky for the rebound. Get it down quickly and hand it off to Craighead. Works to Davis. Gets it back. 3-ball right wing. Got it.
Nice shot.
Give him 5, and here comes the trap off the inbounds pass. Right along the baseline. Loose pass. Davis is going to take it away. Work inside. Finger roll. Got it. Davis with 2. That'll make it 11-8 in favor of the Titans. Maybe that press is going to start paying some dividends. A lot of contact out top. You got 4 guys chasing the ball. Somebody's got to be open. Ball knocked away there by Golson. Picked up by Fears. Fears will spot the little 8-footer. That one no good. Misses everything. Rebound comes down to Lorain. Here they go again. Out top. Andrews now flips it right side. Davis 3-ball. Got it! Brandon Davis with 5, and that's going to bring a 30-second timeout coming off the Clearview bench. 14-8, and we talked, Rick, a little bit about the fact that this is a game that we'll see some runs. I think we're seeing one right now.
You almost wonder if that timeout didn't come one possession too late. Let's hope that isn't the end of the night for the Clippers.
It could very well be, and again, want to remind everybody you can check this game out later if you like. All of our basketball broadcasts are simulcast and archived on the internet at LorainCounty.com. Just add the / and the WDLW to that, LorainCounty.com. It's all about Lorain County. It's all about you. Join your neighbors and log on today. You can also check this one out later on video with our partners here at WLCS TV20. So lots of ways to check this game out later, and should prove to be a pretty exciting game nonetheless. 2:17 left in the first quarter, 14-8. in favor of the Titans. What do you see coming out of the Clippers right now, Rick? They've got to get the ball in the hole here.
And you want to see them continue to slow it down, continue to work the ball around the perimeter, trying to find those holes in Lorain's defense.
They're going to walk it up right now. Looks like the Titans are just going to pick up man coming off the inbounds play. There's the trap coming out top. Little run. Golson there to take the ball away. Lob pass comes out. Davis working right down the middle. That's the way you run the fast break. Flips it right side. Craighead back out top. Andrews into the lane. Has to kick it back out. 3-ball again for Craighead. That one no good. Rebound comes down to Clearview. Here they go on the push. That's Brown out top. Splits the defense. Flips it up behind his head. And a foul's going to be called on the Titans. Let's see who they're going to call that on. I believe it's going to be on Lewis Cheers. In fact, that is the case. The 6'4" junior just came into the ball game. Gets whistled for a foul. That'll be the third team foul on the Titans.
He really was kind of out of control going to the basket. Almost a bailout call at that.
True enough. Clifton Brown with 4 points in the ball game. Misses the front end of his 2. So he's got one more coming his way. Substitution coming into the ball game for the Clippers. Lorenzo Celestino, a 5'7" senior guard. $1:49 on the first quarter clock here at Lorain High School. Second one is good for Brown. That'll give him 5. And here come the Clippers in a little bit of a press. Titans will get into their offensive end. Between the circles will be Craighead. Points off to the left side. Popping out will be Andrews. Swings around top. Davis from about 16 feet. Left elbow. Got it. He's hot. 7 points for him. Steal on the inbounds play. Golson there for the takeaway and the deuce. His first 2 points of the ball game. That press is starting to be very effective. You're getting 2 guys on the ball handler right now. Flips it underneath. Nice look underneath. Give him the assist and give Molina the deuce. That'll be his 4th point of the ball game. That's the risk you run in running that press.
There are some holes.
Cheers will get the ball on the blocks right side. Wants to work toward the glass. Gets fouled from behind. He's going to go to the line for a couple. I believe it's going to be Williams. Yep, Jarrell Williams whistled for the foul. His first, team second on the Clippers.
All year long, we talked about Davila earlier, and I don't want to beat up a dead horse, but you could see where his outside shooting really affects their game because they were really banking on that all summer.
The adjustments, I suppose you've just got to make them and deal with them. It's a shame that he's not part of the team right now as Cheers able to hit the first free throw. I did see him in the gym a little bit earlier. Actually, I see him over on the far side, and apparently some of the folks here recognize him during senior night as well, as he's got the balloons over there. So good to see that he wasn't forgotten in all of that. Cheers with the second one. Front of the rim, no. Rebound underneath. That'll be Andrews. Put back in 2. His first points of the ball game. Long pass comes out. Clippers facing some trapping pressure right now. That'll be Celestino. Backs it off, slows it down, flips it off to Brown on the near wing. Work away from the screen. Fears will have it. Works it inside. That'll be Molina. Molina has the ball knocked away. Ball on the ground. Flip it toward the baseline. Williams wants to drive. Goes up. Gets himself in trouble. Takeaway. Here we go the other way. Andrews gets across the timeline and slows things down. Davis, long 3-ball. In and out. No good. Rebound tipped around. It's going to be pulled down by Clearview. And Fears will pull it up, and now he'll walk it across the timeline.
Little heat check there by Mr. Davis.
15-footer from Fears. That one no good. Rebound comes down. That'll be Craighead. He's got 16 on the first quarter clock. Up by 10, 21-11. Craighead will back off, gets pounded out top. That foul is going to be called on Joshua Molina. Hey, that'll only be the 3rd team foul on Clearview. And if it slows down that pattern and makes Lorain reset with 7.3 seconds, maybe not a terrible foul.
No, you're exactly right, Don. You want to get that ball out of the ball handler's hands right there, and a nice hard foul by Mr. Molina.
Like hard fouls. We'll get it in Davis. He'll come across the timeline. Works right into the key. Little floater through the lane. Give him another deuce. That'll be 9 points for him. And time will expire on the first quarter with the Titans up big. 23-11 over the Clearview Clippers. We'll step away and be right back on the Cool Cat 1380, the Lorain County Sports Network, and WLCS TV20.
The strongest families are built one moment at a time. For more ways to make every day count, visit facebook.com/makeeverydaycount.
At Ferment's, we have nearly 200 used vehicles to choose from, 30 for less than $200 per month, rows of vehicles for less than $12,000, and all tagged and ready for delivery. Take the guesswork out of buying a nice used car,
And come to Ferment Chevrolet.
and you'll be glad you went.
to Joe Ferment.
Welcome back to Lorain High, everyone. As at the end of the first quarter, 23-11 the count. The Titans up over the Clearview Clippers. Rick, it just happened quickly. It went from basically a tie ball game at 6-6, and that pressure from the Titans started to have a little bit of effect on the Clippers, and they really found it difficult to get in their offense.
And you really see where the effect of that sophomore point guard is really affecting the Clearview Clippers. A lot of long errant passes that probably didn't need to happen. And then those two triples by Craighead and Davis really kind of opened the floodgates here tonight.
Let's see if the Clippers have an answer for this right now. Looks like the lineups are going to stay pretty much as they were. The Clippers are going to sit back up in that 2-3 zone. We'll try to pick up everybody as we go here. We've got Cheers, Bennett, and Phillips on the court, along with Andrews and Wimbush for Lorain. We'll pick up Clearview once we get onto their offensive end of things. Andrews will get the ball between the circles now, following the inbounds play. Couple dribbles to the right side. Phillips works to the baseline. Wimbush mishandles, has to recollect, fires it all the way across. Andrews not quite waiting for the hot pass. Somehow saves it back in. That'll be Bennett. Flips it to the right side. Phillips looks inside, then has to back off. I tell you what, the Titans did a nice job recollecting. Wimbush has the pass knocked away from him. Here we go on the push going the other way. Brown out top with the ball. Flips it off to the right side and veers. To his right wing is Celestino. Working off the screen right now. That'll be Wood. And I've got one more guy I got to get back into the flow here for you. That'll be Jarrell Williams floating along the baseline right now for the Clippers. Ball poked away. It's going to be picked up by Bennett. Flips it back. Phillips will back off and reset the offense. Very smart. That's what you want to see from your guards. Even a junior guard there. Andrews now kicks it back out top. Finds Bennett to the right side now and Andre Phillips. Phillips works away from pressure. And it's soft pressure because it's that zone, but Lorain High right now not able to find the passing lanes against that zone.
But they're doing what they're supposed to do, passing it side to side, trying to find the openings in the zone.
Contact in the lane. They're going to call an offensive foul that time as Demetrius Bennett was trying to work along the left side of the lane. Made contact. Fourth team foul, and that's going to bring a substitution into the game for the Titans. Back up off the bench, Jerome Golson set to come back into the ball game. And Cheers is going to come over to the bench. Comes that press, 1-2-1-1.
Just when you think you're going to get a break.
Tell you what, nice job handling by Berkey that time. One pass, gets it across the timeline to Brown, then flips it back out top to Fears. Wimbush immediately in front of him playing defense. Contact, no call that time. Wimbush almost came away with it, knocked down. It'll be Williams Law on the baseline, has to kick it back out top to Berkey. Berkey hesitates a little bit. I think he was thinking about that tray, just couldn't quite get it off. And the ball taken away that time by Andrews. Andrews wants to push, works to the elbow, flips it back. Golson's going to get whistled for the travel, will head the other way. Unforced turnover.
We talked about that earlier. Good thing they have a little bit of a cushion out right now, 23-21 for the Titans.
Jonathan Parker's going to come back into the ball game. Actually going to make his first appearance in the ball game. Devon Andrews is going to sit down. Here we go the other way. Brown works at the top of the key, drops it off to Wood on the left side. And then Brown near the baseline, wants the baseline drive, has that cut off, ball tipped away, and it's going to stay with the Clippers. Titans defense, very aggressive, all over the place.
And very active hands.
Yeah. 6 minutes left in the first half, 23-11. Williams along the baseline, kicks it out. Brown, Berkey, block's going to be called. That's going to be called on Andre Phillips, his first, team fifth. Coach Andy Bastock looking at the official saying, really? And the official saying, yeah, coach, I think I got this. That's usually how that conversation goes. Brown out top being D'd up by Phillips. They'll swing around to the right side. Williams with the three ball. That one no good. Ball tipped around, picked up by the Titans. Here we go again on the run. Bennett loses the handle on the ball. Pick up his dribble, get across the timeline. Right side of the lane, floats through the lane. Finger roll, no. Rebound comes down to Jarrell Williams for the Clippers. Slips it off to Fears. Fears will just trot up along the near sideline. Hesitation a little bit, works into the lane, runs through, has his shot knocked away, poked out of bounds. That's going to go off of Jonathan Parker, so it's going to stay with the Clippers.
Nice block there.
Subs coming in on both sides. I think Craighead coming back into the ball game. Davis back into the ball game for Lorain. Also back into the ball game this time for Clearview is Chad Anderson. Berkey will fire from the baseline. 5:26 left in the second quarter. 23-11 in favor of the Titans. Along the baseline, that was Anderson. Has to flip it out top. Boy, Williams just somehow picked that up. 15-footer off the glass from the left elbow is good. I don't know if he called glass, but he got it.
A little old school there.
Yeah, it was. 5:09 left in the first half. Titans just kind of passing over pressure, but then getting a little bit too comfortable that time. Craighead just took his eyes and his mind off the ball.
Not what you like to see right there.
I was just saying, they're handling the pressure, and then you lose focus, and boy, you give the ball right back up. Fears with the ball. Comes across midcourt. Works between the circles now with Davis on him. Almost traveled with the ball, lost control of it, and then regathered. Berkey along the baseline, gets it out to Anderson. Anderson facing all kinds of pressure, works into the lane, shovels the pass along the lane. Berkey spots from about 12. That one no good. Rebound tipped around. Berkey comes up with it, drops it inside to Fears. Good no-look pass, and you're going to get a travel in the lane that time. Brian Wood had the right idea, just couldn't collect himself and go up strong.
A little shuffle, shuffle, shuffle there, Don.
Just over 4.5 minutes left in the first half, 23-13. 10-point difference here. Was 12 at the quarter. Craighead flips it down. That'll be Wimbush, about 10 feet off the baseline. Splits a double team, then loses the ball. Picked up there by Brian Wood. Hits it up quickly, lob pass underneath. There's the first dunk of the ball game. Jarrell Williams rocks the house on the alley-oop.
The Clearview faithful getting a little energy.
Watch out, here goes Wimbush, drops it to the right side. Golson wants to get back in, spins, and they're going to send him to the free throw line. On the foul there, the foul's going to be called on Wood. That'll be his second, team fourth. Boy, still a little bit of a buzz here.
And coming into this game, you don't expect the Clearview Clippers to be throwing down the alley-oop, or the first one of the night at least.
We'll see if there's an answer for that. I'm sure that the Titans want to answer that. Still, the buzz continues here as Golson misses his first one. Devon Andrews comes back into the ball game, and sitting down will be Jonathan Parker.
It's funny, you can see Jarrell over there kind of smile a little bit. Look at the replay here, Donnie. Boom, flushing it with two hands.
Well, you saw that one coming, and they knew how to finish it. Golson able to finish his second free throw a little bit more effectively than the first. That'll give him 3 points. Brown with the ball, working along with Berkey now and Fears. 3 of them in the backcourt. There's the long pass all the way across court. Lob pass to the backside. Williams drops it inside. Another deuce there for Anderson off the assist. 24-17. All of a sudden, the Clearview Clippers working back into this one. Golson works off the right block, tries to lay it in, leaves it well short. Rebound comes down to Brown. Lob pass forward, goes to Fears. High off the glass, another alley-oop. That one, no. Williams put back in 2. Give him 6 and give Andy Bastock a timeout. He's going to take a full timeout, which means we get to take a little bit of a break as well. 3:36 left in the second quarter, 24-19. Lorain over Clearview. We'll be right back on the Cool Cat 1380 Lorain County Sports Network and WLCS TV20.
Oh my gosh, did you hear about Brendan and Ashley?
No, what happened?
They're dating.
Really? I thought he was dating Hannah.
Yeah, me too. Oh my gosh, Sarah. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, did you hear about Brendan and Ashley?
No, what happened?
Sarah? Sarah?
Welcome back to Lorain High School. Now you know this is a high-intensity game when the cheering has been the loudest of all night because the cheerleaders are doing flips back and forth across the gym.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Oh boy, 3:36 left in the first half, 24-19. The Clippers have come storming back. It was a 12-point difference at the end of the first quarter, Rick. Now it's down to 5.
We talked about this being a game of runs. Clearview answering Lorain's run.
There you go. Lorain just content to walk it up against somewhat token pressure here from Clearview. I think they're doing that just to slow the pace down. To the right side it'll go. That'll be Craighead. Spots a three ball. That one no. Long rebound comes off to Jarrell Williams. He wants to push along the near sideline. Drops it down to the baseline, and Brown spins into trouble. Foul is going to be called, and that's going to be on Brandon Davis. His first, team 6. So from here on, the Clippers in the bonus.
Yeah, and you could see on that last defensive stance by the Clippers, a little bit of swagger going on, a little bit of believing they belong here.
And why not? Jarrell Williams works along the baseline, makes contact, flips it back. Anderson from just inside the arc. No dice on the shot. Wimbush with the rebound for the Titans. Flips it behind his back to Craighead. He'll come across the timeline. Flips it to the right side. Davis. And that'll be Andrews. Little layup along the right baseline. No. Wimbush put back. That one no good. Golson tries to go up. Has it knocked away. Retained by Craighead. Flips it out. Davis. Three ball. That one's short. Rebound comes down to Fears. And Golson rips him, ties him up. And he's going to be whistled for the foul. Going to walk down to the other end.
I tell you what, anytime one of the big men from Lorain brings that ball down below their waist, Anderson is just swiping that ball. Very well coached by Coach Sally.
Well, and the other part of that is the bigs for Lorain got to start realizing that shouldn't come down below your shoulders.
You learned that in grade school hoops, buddy.
Supposed to. Coming into the game for the Clearview Clippers, Joshua Molina reports back in. The 5'10" senior is going to replace Jarrell Williams, who's a little winded. Played some good minutes for the Clippers.
When you're playing that high up in the air and that elevation, Donnie, that tends to happen.
Oxygen's a little thin up there, huh?
I never experienced that, but that's what I hear, bud.
Me either. First front end of that 1-and-1, no good for Fears. Golson gets up there and rips down the rebound. Craighead will just walk it up for the Titans, looking at that 2-3 zone, an active 2-3 zone. They're going to extend that. Cross-court pass goes to Craighead from Davis, wing to wing. They're going to send Andrews through the formation. He'll work along the baseline, back out top. Craighead to Davis. Titans just playing catch out top. Slides through, drops it off, and Golson goes up for the shot. He gets fouled. He's going to go to the line for a couple. This one is going to be on Molina.
Man, Brandon Davis is just one heck of an athlete. I'm used to seeing him wearing a helmet on Friday nights.
He
Tremendous pass.
Got himself up into the air and shoveled that pass back into Golson, giving him an opportunity. And he hits the first one for his 4th point of the ball game. He's got one more coming his way. And that'll make it 25-19. And Jarrell Williams apparently has had enough of a break because he trots right back on. Anderson will sit down. He's a pretty resilient young man if he's coming back in that quick. Golson's second one is good as well. Jerome with 5 now. It makes it 26-19. Here's more of that press from the Titans. Brown will get it across the timeline. Finds Williams just inside the arc. Right wing buries the 16-footer. 8 points for him. He may be the story of this ball game. Davis now taking his time, working with Craighead. They'll finally find Wimbush on the right wing across the timeline to beat the count. Davis right in the middle, spots from 13, got it, wide open. Davis now in double figures, first player in double figures. He's got 11, ball knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say it goes off of Clearview. Fears was right there along with Davis. I'm going to say that one bounced off of Fears. 28-21. Favor the Titans early on. Well, not early on. $1:39 left in this second quarter. Davis back out top. Craighead looks right. No one there. Flips it back to Davis. Wimbush will flash high. They'll go high pass. Craighead outside the arc. Couple dribbles. Finds Davis. Davis hesitates. Slices through the lane. Off the glass. Got it. Blocked. He's going to have the old-fashioned three-point play opportunity, and I believe that's going to be on Molina. If it is, that's going to be his 3rd. In fact, it is. Team 6, so both teams into the bonus now. Davis with 13 points, opportunity for 14 coming here.
I tell you what, Don, you look at the replay here, just the way he can able to control his body and get the bucket and one.
All right, you know, Rick, you know the contact's coming. It's going to be there. You just got to brace yourself for it. Surprised Molina's still in the ball game, I got to tell you. I'm pretty sure that foul count's right. I'll look up at the board, and it is. Davis able to take care of business at the charity strike, give him 14 points in this first half. Buck 18, 31-21. The Titans have busted this back out to a double-digit lead. Fears fires from 17, drains it. Boy, what a response there. 30-second timeout coming off the Clearview bench. That'll be their second 30, so they've got 3 fulls left. The Titans with 2 fulls and a couple of 30s face them down here. Stick around, everybody, for our Chronicle Telegram halftime show. Stats analysis, that's the Chronicle Telegram halftime show coming up at the end of this second quarter. Don Vincent along with Rick Amador. And Rick, thanks for jumping into the booth here. Good to have you along, buddy. You having fun yet?
Oh, this is tremendous, Don. It's always a pleasure to be on the air and working with a pro like you, carrying me along.
I'll pay you for that one later. Thank you very much.
Anytime I can give back to the community from a city that I was born and raised, I'm always there.
There you go. No doubt about that. It's been a long time since we've worked together on the football field. Looking forward to the upcoming football season, no doubt, but we've got a lot of basketball to take care of. And, one of the stories is that the guys' draw for the tournament is tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit about that later on.
That's always exciting, Don.
Always a lot of fun. It's when things get a little bit busy for us in the broadcast and news part of things. Craighead with the ball, gets it back out top. That'll be Devon Andrews, flips it right side Davis. High, long pass. Andrews thought about the shot, wasn't there for him. Davis on the right wing. And it looks as though the Titans want to work for one shot. I believe that's what Coach Andy Bastock was hollering at his guys. Craighead ducks inside, then bounces back out just to beat the count. Clock down to 42 seconds in the half. 31-23 in favor of the Titans. Risky pass there by Davis. Andrews will find it. Davis will get it back. Start working inside. 30 seconds on the first half clock. Craighead will slow everything down. Hey, Clearview extending more like a 3-2 now in terms of that zone. Davis will reach out and get it, and the Clippers look like they might have picked back up here in a zone man. Switching off. Here's Gamble's on the ball, can't quite get it. Davis with the ball, flips it left side. Long 3 for Craighead. Got it! Oh my! 8 points for AJ. Fears along the left side, spots his own 3 to answer. That one no good. So the first half ends in a flourish. The Titans up 34-23 over the Clearview Clippers. We're going to step away when we come back. For our radio audience, stick around. We're going to have stats, a little bit of analysis, and get you set for third quarter action. TV folks, stick around. We'll be right back with the third quarter right here on the Cool Cat 1380 Lorain County Sports Network and WLCS TV20.
One of my biggest passions in life is animals. That's why I've worked with Morris Animal Foundation for over 40 years. Morris Animal Foundation is a world leader in helping animals live longer, healthier lives. You can too. Just show your support at morrisanimalfoundation.org.
To help cats, dogs, horses, and wildlife live healthier lives, visit morrisanimalfoundation.org, where we are advancing science that will create a healthier tomorrow for animals.
At Joe Ferment Chevrolet, get the lowest lease payments with the least amount down. This month, lease an Equinox for just $259 with only $995 down.
For over 31 years and more than 250,000 customers, you'll be glad you went
to Joe Ferment.
A flourish there at the end of the second quarter by the Lorain Titans. It's almost, you would come back into this third quarter, Rick, thinking more of the same from both squads.
You would think that, but the energy seems to be at an all-time high right now. We had the cheerleaders out here.
Yeah.
Ready to make a performance. A little technical difficulty at the half. Players don't seem fazed by that. Neither do the cheerleaders, and the crowd is raucous right now. I'm excited to see what happens.
Well, I would anticipate that we'll see the Titans get back into that pressure offense or pressure defense and try to create some transition baskets and then really look for the Clearview Clippers, and in particular Clifton Brown, to slow things down the way he did in that second quarter, kind of take over and take control of that offense.
Yeah, and if they can get Anthony Fears going, who is typically a big-time ball player, they still have a chance, the Clippers do.
Well, remember, Fears averages about 19 points a game. He's sitting at 4 at the half. Clifton Brown with 10 points, averages 10 points. He's got 5. Jarrell Williams already at his season average of 8 points. So you're seeing some good performances here by the Clippers early on. Now they're going to take care of getting everybody back into position, getting everybody away from the floor and making sure the players are safe. On the alternate possession, looks like it's going to be Clearview's ball. They'll be moving left to right in this second half. If you're checking us out on the radio portion of the broadcast, it'll help you to look at the dial. If you're on TV, well, you've already figured it out. 8 minutes up on the clock. They want to try to settle things down here in the gym, but I have a feeling it won't be long before it picks right back up. The difference will be the fact that they're giving the players some room to play. So here we go. Fears is going to get it inside. That'll be Berkey. Also on the court is Brown, Wood, and Anderson. Takeaway early on here by the Titans. Little scoop shot by Davis. No. Put back by Golson. That one no good. Here we go on a run out going the other way. At the top, that'll be Clifton Brown. Works through the lane. Good no-look pass underneath, and the deuce quickly for Chad Anderson. That'll be his 4th point of the ball game.
Great look there, Don.
Agreed. They're going to extend that zone pressure. Again, just token pressure. Not really kind of trying to trap or anything here. Cross-court pass for the Titans. Across the timeline. They'll swing it down to the baseline. That'll be Davis. Swings it back out top. Craighead to the right side and Wimbush, then down to the baseline and Bennett. Long cross court goes to Craighead, spots the long 3 ball. That one no good. Rebound taken away by Fears for the Clippers. Here they come the other way. Brown across the timeline, works the right side, knocked away by Davis. Davis wants to push, has guys on either side, drops it off. Foul's going to be called on Fears. That time as Bennett was going up.
Nice fast break ran there by Brandon Davis, giving the ball up at the free throw line just like you coach him up.
You get one guy in the middle, you get one guy on each wing. Trailers behind those two if you got them. And just make your decision early on and make sure that the guy gets the ball. So at the free throw line, Demetrius Bennett has not scored yet today. And he'll make that change. It's the first of 2 coming his way.
Demetrius Bennett, cousin of Maurice Bennett.
Right, grad. Should remember that name, yeah.
Definitely comes from good stock, good athletic family.
Second one, that one no good. Rebound knocked around and out of bounds that time. And I think it was Anderson trying to chase that down along the sideline. He's looking at the official saying, well, was I really? And I'm pretty sure he was. It'll be Craighead slapping the ball, getting things in motion. Long pass out top to Davis. Back to Craighead, looks inside to Golson, got pushed away, steps inside, they're gonna say he stepped on the baseline. They're gonna head the other way. That'll be a turnover on the Titans. Boy, a little bit of a roar here in the gym, but I don't think it's about the ball game. I think it's everyone just trying to settle back in right now.
Right.
Berkey out top for the Clippers. Good back cut that time by Brown. Goes up. Shot may have been altered. Anderson with the rebound. Put back, has it knocked away. Foul's going to be called on Golson. He looks around as though he's not sure about that. Check that. That might be on Bennett. Yeah, they're going to call that on Bennett. That'll be his 3rd.
You know, we talked earlier about A.J. Craighead playing bigger than what he really is. How about this Matt Anderson out there?
Yeah, agreed. He's going to go to the line for a couple. He's right in there banging with the bigs. All 5'10" of them. And he'll hit the first free throw to give him 5. Devon Andrews will report back into the ball game. Demetrius Bennett will have to sit down with those 3 fouls. We probably won't see him until the 4th quarter. 6:38 left in the 3rd, 35-26. Not a lot of scoring here early on in this 3rd quarter. Anderson misses the second one. Golson will clean up behind it and leaves it back for Craighead, then to Davis. We'll just walk it across the timeline, facing that 2-3 Clearview zone. Wimbush wanted to set the screen for Davis, but he went by that. On the baseline was Andrews, flips it back out. They'll swing it around to the left side. Wimbush wanted to drive, has to work away from the pressure, and then gets it across the top. Davis looking inside. Very patient offense, but it has to be patient against this zone defense. Davis will pop out. 6:02 left in the 3rd quarter clock. Titans content right now to play catch around the perimeters, not seeing a lot of movement up through the lane.
And when you're up by 9, you wouldn't expect anything else.
To the baseline, and Golson sends it outside. 3 ball in the air. Craighead, no. Rebound underneath to Davis, and then has his pocket picked by Anderson. No, they're going to say he stepped on the baseline as well. That official likes calling that baseline call. That's twice he's made it down there. He's going to stay with the Titans. 5:40 left in the 3rd quarter. Tell you what, I know the Titans fans are waiting for the one of the Titans to get up there and rock the rim just to kind of make up for that dunk earlier on in the ball game by Jarrell Williams from Clearview. And it'll come. That'll be Wimbush. Spots from about 8 feet. Left that one way too strong. Golson with the rebound, goes up strong, gets knocked down on the shot attempt. No dice, no foul. We're going to head the other way. Coach Andy Bastock up, barking at the officials. I don't think that's going to do him too much good. Fears with the ball out top, being D'd up by Craighead. Works into the lane, has his pocket pick. Here you go. Golson on the breakaway. No, gets fouled from behind on the dunk attempt, and he may have hit his head. And I tell you what, some of the Titans are a bit more than upset about that foul. Now, did they call the intentional?
The official over there on that side did. He looked like he called it, Don.
What they need to do right now is get all the players off the court. Let the trainer take care of Golson. John Sally comes out, sends his guys back. The assistant coaches for Lorain send their guys back, which is the way it should be. Golson gets up to a big round of applause. And Coach John Sally, being the class act that he is, goes over and shakes his hand and says, hey, young man, you know, that's nothing we would do. John Sally also goes over to Andy Bastock. A lot of mutual respect between those two coaches.
Look at him go up right here.
You know, it's a hard foul because he was going up hard. You know, and looking at it, we've got the benefit of replay here, and those of you watching on WLCS also have that benefit for a radio audience. I mean, you know, there was contact there. It's a tough call.
To me, it just looked like a hard, you know, he just didn't want to give up the dunk.
Which is the same thing, you know, you or I would have done when we were playing, although, you know, I might have tackled a guy and sent him into the fifth row and definitely got called for the bad one.
And here's the thing, Don, too. You know, you see a young man like that go down. One of us, we're not getting up, brother.
Not anymore, that's for sure. I'm not sure I bounced then.
To be young again, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so let's see. With Golson out, they're going to send Davis to the free throw line for the shots here, and then I believe it'll be Lorain High ball out near midcourt. We'll see how this plays itself out. Brandon Davis with 14 points on the evening will go to the line here and hit the first one. That'll give him 15. You know, in all of that confusion, I didn't see who actually committed the foul.
That was Matt Anderson on the foul.
All right, thank you. Anderson with his first. Second one is good as well. 2 team fouls now on the Clippers. Davis with 16 now. Actually, they're going to give it to the Titans underneath their own hoop. It'll be interesting to see how long it is that Golson's going to sit out. He looks no worse for the wear sitting on the bench over here. Pass inside, and you're going to get a foul called early on. It was Lewis Cheers battling for position, trying to back in against Brian Wood. He's going to get whistled for the foul. That'll be his third, team third.
You almost wonder if that wasn't a quick whistle to keep everything kind of toned down there, Don.
Oh, yeah.
Smart move on the officiating crew.
And the officials come over and talk to all of the players, say, hey, you know, we're just not going to tolerate that. And you know what? The officials have handled this game pretty well, all things considered.
Absolutely.
Craighead will slap the ball in. Pass goes to Wimbush off the glass and 2. Wimbush now with 6 points, and they're going to get a little delay of game warning on Wimbush. After he put the ball in the hoop, he just kind of slapped it away. Just got to let that fall there, young fella. Unless you're going to grab it and hand it to a Clipper.
You can see right here on the replay, nice cut. If you're Coach Sal, you don't like to see that. That little slap there, you see that at Central Park all the time.
Central Park. You
Oakwood.
name a park. Oakwood, yeah, it's going to be all over the place. Usually comes with a couple words. Takeaway there by Andrews. Andrews works left side of the lane, slap on the ball. He's going to be committed by Clearview. And I believe that's going to be on Fears. Yep, that's the fact. That'll be his second and team fourth. Whistle's coming a lot quicker now from all of the officials. It's going to send Andrews to the line for a couple. He'll pound the ball a couple times. 2 points in the game thus far, make it 3. Boy, the freshman has a pure looking free throw.
He sure does. A lot of big upside in this young man.
4:59. And with that one, 4th point for Devon Andrews, bumps the lead out to 15, 41-26. All of a sudden, Clearview climbed right back into this one, and the Titans, partially on the benefit of that foul, have been able to get back out on it. And the foul's going to be called, D'ing the ball out top, and that one's going to be on Devon Andrews, his first, team second. It's going to be a tight called ball game from here on, Rick, I have a feeling.
Which is understandable after the hard foul, at least maybe for the rest of the quarter, I would think.
Still man defense by the Titans. Berkey wants the ball. He crosses midcourt. Tough time getting the ball in. Finally, they do so. That'll be Molina. He'll work into the paint after he gets it back outside. Fears, running jumper off the glass. Got it and one. Boy. Tell you what, Fears is a gamer. And the foul's going to be called on Wimbush, his second, team third. Coming into the ball game for the Clearview Clippers, Seth Trinidad, a 5'9" senior guard. He's got some speed. He also brings some nice defensive presence. Seen him before. Fears goes to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. He's got 6 points on the evening thus far. Settles in, puts it up, and drops it in for his 7th point of the ball game. 41-29 now in favor of the Titans. 4:36 on a running third quarter clock. Davis, along with Craighead, they'll work the ball up court. Finally get it to Wimbush. Drops it down to the baseline. Contact, no call that time. Rebound underneath Fears. Missed shot that time by Lewis Cheers. We'll head the other way. There's Trinidad, goes behind his back, flips it out to Fears. It'll be Andrews D'ing him up. Boy, there's a tough match. The freshman has to guard the senior. Both of those guys elevate. There's a takeaway by Craighead. Still with the ball, crosses over, tries to dump it off to Cheers, ends up sending it past the baseline and into the camera crew, so they're into the ball game. Very nicely done there. 4:06 left in the third quarter, 41-29. Back into the ball game comes Andre Phillips for the Titans. Ball poked away from Williams by Wimbush, and a young lady almost got clobbered. Ended up between two basketball players and got lucky that she's still standing.
Yeah, she got away with that one.
That could have been bad. Here's the inbound. It'll be Andrews D'ing him up right in front. Berkey will work away from pressure. Ball on the ground. Players on the ground. Picked up by the Titans by Golson.
Nice.
And here we go on the push. 4-on-2 break. Wimbush through the lane. Scoop shot. No. Tip is not good either. And it's going to go out of bounds. Boy, you thought that time the Wimbush was going to be able to get that shot off. He couldn't. Andrews couldn't follow with the tip, and it goes out of bounds into the Clearview Clippers. Well, Fears needed one more dribble there to get across the timeline. Somehow gets away with that. Williams along the baseline, right side, gets double teamed.
Nice.
Shovel pass inside, and the deuce there for the first 2 points for Seth Trinidad. That was nice. Way to keep your eyes open and find the open guy. Down to a 10-point difference.
The opportunistic Mr. Trinidad at that.
Agreed. Wimbush on the right wing. Forces it inside. Andrews with the deuce. That'll be his 6th point of the ball game. Nice pass that time from Wimbush. Give him the assist on that one.
DeFrost getting it going here in the second half.
3:11 in the third quarter. Fears flies through the lane. He's going to get whistled for the player control foul. Good job underneath that time. Golson standing there and taking the abuse.
That's the second time he's been called for a charging foul. That's where you like to see that pull-up jumper come into play.
Yeah. As he got up into the air, you knew that he realized it at the peak of his jump, and there was nothing he could do but come down. And when he did, he came down right on top of Jerome Golson. Good to see him back in the ball game. By the way, that is the 3rd foul on Anthony Fears. He's got 3. Wood has 3. Molina has 3. Fouls starting to pile up here for some of the Clippers. And a nice takeaway there by Trinidad. He'll keep the ball, go behind his back, lose the handle on it. And it'll be Golson. Look out! There's the house. Wasn't the strongest dunk, but it was a dunk nonetheless. Back down at the other end. Layup is good for Molina. That'll be 6 points for him. Golson, I think, wanted more off of that. Full timeout on the court with 2:42 left in the third quarter. 45-33. We'll step away and be right back on the Cool Cat 1380 Lorain County Sports Network and WLCS TV20.
It is important for young people to have a mentor in their life.
I would definitely say that I have had an impact on his life and he's had an impact on my life.
One of the most important lessons that I've learned from Charlie is to make better decisions and take responsibility for what you're going to do.
Think about what you would be today if people didn't go a step out of their way to help you out. And that's really what it's all about.
So get involved and do your part. Invest in the future. Mentor a child.
At Joe Ferment Chevrolet, get the lowest lease payments with the least amount down. This month, lease a Malibu for just $199 with only $995 down.
For over 31 years and more than 250,000 customers, you'll be glad you went
to Joe Ferment.
45-33 the score here at Lorain High School. The Lorain Titans over the Clearview Clippers in the Battle of Lorain. Been a nice environment throughout most of the evening. A little bit of excitement. I think that's all settled down on that foul on the potential dunk there for Golson. He came back, and I think he's made up for that, although I think given another opportunity, he might try something a little more explosive. You think, Rick?
You think, but you got to wonder if he hasn't feeling effects of that spill that he took earlier.
Tough to say. Titans will beat the pressure. They'll find Wimbush on the right wing. They'll kick it back out top. Flipping along the left side. Ball tipped out of bounds there by the Clippers. Good defense preventing that pass to the baseline. See who's going to handle the inbounds. That'll be Craighead. Andre Phillips into the ball game. He's going to pop out. Thought they were going to hit him. Now they do. Out near midcourt. He'll flip it to the right side, and Wimbush looks inside. Golson will post high. Not available for the ball. There will go Phillips along the left side. 15-footer front of the rim. That one no good. Long rebound comes out. Berkey's got a 1-on-3. He's going to go up, get fouled from behind. That's going to be on Golson, I believe. We'll see who they whistle that on. There were a couple Titans in the same area. That's exactly what they got. Golson with his second.
You know, Berkey was taking it to the rack strong. Got hammered there, shooting two.
Well, he earned them. Anytime you get knocked to the floor, I guess you earn a right to go to the line. Hits the first one. Subs coming in for the Titans. Let's see, Parker comes in. And who else do we have come in? I missed it. Devon Andrews back on the ball game, I think. Second is good for Berkey as well. That'll be his first 2 points of the ball game. You know, a lot of guys in the books here for Clearview.
Clearview really needs to get another score going if they want to get back in this game.
It's a 10-point ball game right now. Boy, there's a nice takeaway. Anderson steps in front of that one. Long pass out to Brown, works through the lane, fires up a little floater, got it. Brown now with 8 points, and the timeout's going to come off the Lorain Titans bench. It'll be a full timeout, which means we get to take a break as well. 45-37 in favor of the Titans. We'll step away and be right back on the Cool Cat 1380 and Lorain County Sports Network.
McGruff the crime dog here. We've all heard of identity theft. Now I'm going to show you how those thieves do it. Watch. He's secretly photographing her credit card with his cell phone. Now watch. They pretend they have a package to deliver, and while they're trying to fit it in the mailbox, they're taking her credit card payments and other paid bills. To learn how to protect yourself from identity theft, go to weprevent.org. Keep your identity to yourself and help take a bite out of crime.
45-37 is the count here at Lorain High School. The Titans over the Clearview Clippers. Don Vincent along with Rick Amador. Nice student section here from both schools. Taking a look right now on TV20 at the student section from Lorain High. They've been cheering hard the whole game, waiting to get excited about a little bit something else. This one keeps bouncing back. It's been right around that 10-point mark for the better part of this second half, Rick.
And again, if you're a Clearview Clipper fan, it's right where you want the game to be. Even though you're down, still a manageable deficit.
Davis working along with Craighead to get the ball across the timeline. Craighead faces the trap, finds Wimbush, dumps it down to the baseline. Off the glass that time, no good for Parker. Parker will get his own rebound, go back up, no, but he's fouled in the process. He'll go to the line for a couple, and I believe this is going to be on Anderson. That is the case. That'll be his second. And is that team 6? Yeah. 16 fouls on the Clippers, 14 fouls on the Lorain High Titans. First free throw, no. And Robert Branscombe coming in off the bench, the 6'5" senior post player. Now this is a young man in that zone who will probably sit right in the middle and just take up a bunch of space and clog that up. I mean, he's a big guy.
Definitely a clogger.
Second free throw, no. Ball will be knocked out of bounds. It's going to go off of Anderson. Anderson's going to complain to the officials, but I don't think that's going to change anything. Never does. Never changed it for me. I don't know about you, but I don't remember the last time I saw an official say, yeah, you're right, son. We'll change it. Golson comes into the ball game. He's going to battle for position inside, wants the inside position, can't quite get there. Long pass comes out top. Then they'll get it off to Davis. Davis, a couple dribbles, looks at Craighead. Gets it back out top to Wimbush. Has to recollect with 1.5 minutes left in this third quarter. I tell you, I wouldn't be totally surprised if the Titans didn't back it off and just wait against this zone. Wow, zone press. I thought Wimbush may have traveled there. He did everything but lift that other foot off the ground. Pass goes underneath. That'll be Parker. Scoops it underneath and can't quite get it to Davis. They're going to say no, he was out of bounds. Boy, Anderson had an opportunity going the other way. He was flying. Young man's got some wheels. Fears is going to come back into the ball game for the Clippers. And sitting back down will be Berkey. All right, 1:10 left on third quarter clock. 45-37, an 8-point difference in favor of the Lorain High Titans. Brown with the ball, working on the right wing. Flips it out top to Anderson. Has to recollect it near the Titans shield in the middle of the court. Brown, and he's going to get bumped from behind and almost knocked down. That'll be on Devon Andrews, his second, team fifth.
You know, coming into tonight, Don, I thought it would be a big difference out on the court there, but the Clippers are just hanging around and hanging around.
Well, they're doing exactly what they want, Rick. I mean, we've talked about it a couple different times. You've mentioned it. They've been able to slow this ball game down. Ball knocked away, picked back up by Branscombe. Off to the left side, and Fears on the wing with Craighead immediately in front of him. Branscombe turns, baby hook, high off the glass. That one, no. Rebound comes down to Wimbush, who skies to go get it. Flips it over the top and finds Craighead. He'll walk across midcourt with 38 seconds left. Wimbush to the left side now. Looks inside. Gives up his dribble, then gets it off. That'll be Andrews inside to Davis. Davis will back off. Almost got himself trapped. Craighead spots the three ball, right wing, got it. Yeah, it'll give him 11 and make it 48-37, 17 seconds. Williams goes the other way, and the block's going to be called on the Titans as Williams was looking to go and make the shot. Got body checked. Foul's going to be on Wimbush. That'll be his third. Team 6. So both teams at 6 fouls now. We're shooting for the remainder of the game, Rick. That'll slow things down.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what you need if you're the Clippers. Let's see if they can convert this front end.
Williams, first one is good. That'll give him 9. He leads the Clippers in scoring. Sitting right alongside him, though. Brown's got 7. Fears has 7. Molina has 6. Williams has another one coming his way. And that'll put him into double figures. He's got 10, makes it 48-39. 9-point difference. Andrews down at the other end. 10 seconds on the game clock. In the middle, that'll be Davis. That shot from 17, no good. Rebound comes down to Wood. Gets it out to the right side. Ball knocked away. Ball loose on the ground. Time will expire before anybody gets a shot off. So at the end of the third quarter, Lorain High up 48-39 over Clearview. We'll step away. Fourth quarter action on the way. Right here on the Cool Cat 1380 Lorain County Sports Network and WLCS TV20. Eight more minutes up on the clock here at Lorain High School. The Titans holding on to a 48-39 lead over the Clearview Clippers. You know, the Titans won the first quarter, 23-11. Clearview won the second quarter, 12-11. And the third quarter was a tie, 16-16. So it's been treading water here in the middle two quarters. This fourth quarter is really going to be the one that's up for grabs.
Yeah, it makes it a very interesting fourth quarter. Let's see if we can get another scorer scoring other than Williams to really step their game up in the second half. Cleaver's going to have a shot at pulling this one off.
Well, they've hung around, and I think they've worked Coach John Sally's game plan to a T for the better part of the ball game. There was that one run there at the end of the first quarter that kind of made a little bit of a difference. We've got a water issue on the floor right in front of the Titans bench. The officials and coaches out there checking it out, making sure John Sally up off the bench, imploring his players to keep it up in terms of this defense. They're going to stay in that 3-2 zone. Craighead works off to the right side, and Andrews. Wimbush will set the screen out top and then pop out to help out. Davis and Golson running along the baseline for the Titans. Golson, baseline drive, scoop shot underneath, got it. Circus shot is good for the big guy, Jerome Golson. That'll give him 9. Brown working with Veers out top, Berkey on the left wing. He'll work off the screen from Anderson, and then Williams challenging the baseline for the Clearview Clippers. We've got the starting lineups in here for you early on in this fourth quarter. Brown Flips it down to the baseline, and Berkey works away from pressure, then gets trapped. Finds Brown, kicks it out. Williams, 3-ball, straight on. That one no good. Rebound knocked around, still knocked around. Williams pick it up in the lane, flips it out. Fierce, 3-ball, right wing, got it! Fierce now with 10.
Big shot there by Fierce.
Oh, huge. Titans will beat the press. They'll flip it down court. Wimbush will get it back out to Davis. He'll mishandle, have to recollect. Flip it out top right to Craighead. Up off the bench here for the Titans will be Demetrius Bennett. He'll be coming in a minute, and the Titans are going to back off. If Clearview's not going to challenge them defensively, doesn't look like they're going to do anything about it, although Davis is going to spot from about 10 feet, left side of the lane, no dice. Rebound pulled down by Williams. And here come the Clippers, looking to knock this lead down a little bit. It's down to 8, 50-42.
And other than the 2 free throws, after the the flagrant foul, Davis has been relatively quiet.
Congratulations to Avon Wrestling. They're the WSC champions. And Zane Zeman is named the WSC MVP, so congratulations to them. 6.5 minutes left in this ball game. Clearview with the ball on their offensive end of things. Fierce spins from the left elbow, in and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Bennett. He gets wrapped up, now he's going to push up court, decides to slow it down. Finds Craighead. Golson spins to the right, to the left block rather. Leaves his shot a little bit short. Ball tipped around. Davis in there. Put back. No. Another tip. That one no good. Third tip no good. Foul call underneath. That's going to send Davis to the line. He may have gotten popped in the mouth. He's checking himself for a little bit of blood. Foul's going to be called on Clifton Brown. His first, team 7th. And remember, from here on, we're shooting free throws. .6:04 left on the game clock, 50-42. Davis at the line for 2. Rolls in, hit the front of the rim, the backboard, the right side of the rim, and just kind of rolled around before it fell in.
Yeah, Brandon continuing to check himself where he got popped, I believe, by his own man. See if he can remain perfect from the stripe.
It would be Brian. Wow, perfect from the stripe. See, you jinxed him. You went and did it. Brian Wood comes in for Clearview. I guess you didn't.
I don't believe in that stuff, Donnie.
I've been bit by it too many times. Second one is good. Makes it 52-42, 10-point lead for the Titans. To the right side, Berkey has the ball poked away. Davis will pick it up, gets it off to Craighead. Craighead gets the ball swatted out of bounds. Bastock looking for a foul call. It's not going to be forthcoming, and one of the Titans is down and grabbing his ankle. He looks like he's in a bad way right now. It should be Titan ball underneath their own hoop.
Demetrius
and
Bennett
Bennett
down with an ankle.
is down. Get another look at it on TV20. Shot knocked out of bounds. There was a little bit of contact, but not much. But right in the middle of the lane, trailing the play. Bennett may have stepped on another guy's foot, and thus the twist of the ankle. He's still down on the court right now. 5:51 on the game clock, 52-42 in favor of the Titans.
And you hope it's just an ankle, not an Achilles.
Well, I mean, that's always part of the challenge. You hope for the best, and hopefully he's a young man that's going to be available to this Lorain High Titan team in the postseason, which we will find out more about tomorrow. In the D1 bracket out at Midview, you've got Avon, Avon Lake, Brecksville, Elyria, Lorain, North Olmsted, North Ridgeville, Olmsted Falls. Good to see Bennett starting to get up now. Olmsted Falls, Amherst Steel, Strongsville, and Westlake. Westlake's probably the team that's favored out there, will probably be the #1 seed. I was talking with Andy Bastock. He's thinking he might be the 4 seed. If he's the 4, he'd rather be 5. You know, that way you get a choice about where you want to go on that bracket. It's almost a penalty to be that 4 seed because you're dictated as to where you got to go, the way they set them up out here. Talk about Clearview's draw here if we get a chance in a little bit. All right, back to the action. 5:51 left in the ball game. Quick pass comes in. Davis spots a 3-ball. That one, no. Foul's going to be called underneath. That's going to be on the Titans. Lewis Cheers is going to be whistled for it. That'll be his second and team 7. So we'll walk down to the other side and shoot the 1-and-1. 52-42 in favor of the Titans. 5:48. I got to tell you, there's almost an uneasiness in the gym right now, Rick.
Yeah, you could feel it. You definitely feel it. Let's see if they can cut into this deficit.
Williams hits the first. That'll give him 11 points. Jarrell Williams having a heck of a ball game.
And anytime you can score without the clock moving.
It's helping those Clippers out. They're hanging around. They're going to give themselves a chance to walk away with this one. That'll make it a dozen for him on this particular evening, 52-44. Davis working along with Craighead to get the ball across the timeline. Still not there. Now we get there. Craighead, bounce pass to the left side, and that'll be Devon Andrews. Long cross-court pass, and Davis will have the ball poked away by Williams. Foul's going to be called. Let's see who they're going to call it. Calling on Williams, yep. That'll be his second. Not a boatload of contact, but enough apparently.
I thought he was actually going to let that play out.
I kind of did too. Brandon Davis is going to go to the line. He's got 18 points on the evening. Going to go to the line for the 1-and-1. Dips, puts it up, got it. He's got 19 lead all scorers. The only other Titan in double figures is A.J. Craighead. So the big guys for Lorain High, not as big an impact tonight as you would have thought, although Golson has 9. Second one, no. Golson with the rebound, put back, got it, and one. All right, so just as I was saying, it's funny how those things work out.
These boys know they're on TV. They're right on cue, man.
There you go. Let's see who that foul was called on. I didn't see them throw that up. I believe it was called on Woods. In fact, that is the case. That'll be his 4th, team 9th. I've got Golson with 11 points. Make it 12. Well, the scoreboard has him for a little bit different total, but that'll be all right. Williams down at the other end. 56-44, shot inside, Brown in and out, no good. Rebound battle for it's going to go out of bounds off of Joshua Molina. We're going to head the other way. 5:20 left in the ball game, 56-44. Craighead walking across the timeline, flips it right side to Andrews, then gets it back. Davis is out top as well. And here's where the Titans will back it out. They're into that double-digit lead. There's no real need to kind of challenge this defense at all.
Yeah, going to that pause-style offense, just draining the clock. A little bit of Dean Smith action. Almost
exactly.
A four corners.
Almost. Andrews will work between the circles, wait for the defense to find him, and then flip it off. It'll be Craighead to the right side. And now Davis mishandles the ball, just took his eyes off of it. Ball swatted out of bounds by Williams. That almost helps the Titans.
4:41 remaining in the game, and you're down by 12. You'd like to see them pick up the defensive pressure if they're going to have a shot in this one, Don.
Well, they're going to have to do something. They've got to put themselves in a position where they're going to get the ball back. Craighead waits for the double team to find him, then flips it out to Andrews. They'll sing it around to Davis. Davis along the right baseline, kicks it way back out top. That'll be Craighead. And Clearview clearly picking up the defensive pressure, and the foul's going to be called on Anthony Fears. That is going to be his 4th, and that is a big deal. It's also for team foul number 10.
Yeah, caught him on that little hip check there, but let's see if A.J. Craighead can knock both of these down.
It wasn't a huge foul, but it's enough just because you thrust your hips out. And the officials will call that every time. Part of that's just being tired.
Yeah, Fears has played a lot of minutes tonight.
Craighead able to hit the first one. That'll give him 12, so he's at his season average. Averages about 2 assists a game, and I think he's had more than that, at least double that in the ball game. Second one missed. Rebound still loose. Going to be picked up by Fears along the baseline. He's going to go around Golson. Golson then out of frustration reaches in and gets whistled for the foul. And Lorain High coach is frustrated, saying that the Clearview player is clearing with an elbow.
Yeah, Coach Bastock did not like that call right there.
Bastock has himself sitting on the bench, which is an unusual position for him, and probably out of frustration, I think. Here's will go to the line with 10 points on the evening. Misses the first one. Rebound by Golson. Flips it out to Craighead. 4:20 in the ball game. Davis goes along the baseline, layup, and 2 more. Brandon Davis doing the job. He's got 21 points tonight. Williams with the ball, stops about 17 feet, laces that one in. He's got 14. A couple of good performances by those 2 guys tonight, Rick.
Yeah, Williams definitely came to play tonight.
Davis across the timeline, bounces it out to Cheers, wants the baseline drive, gets wrapped up. And it's either a foul or a jump ball. I guess they're going to call the foul on Anderson. Yep.
When Matt Anderson watches this game tonight on TV, he's going to get an A+ for effort.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? I think that's across the board for these Clippers. I mean, every one of them was hustled out there, Rick.
Yeah, and you got, Jarrell Williams playing, above his season average, which is really nice to see. But, I noticed after that last made bucket on his end, that was the first field goal he had since his alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a while. It's been a while. Cheers misses the first one, has one more coming his way. 59-46, make it 60-46 as he hits the second one. Sub coming into the ball game. Here comes Wimbush, and Cheers will sit down. Titans going to pick up the pressure following that make. At least token pressure right now. Brown comes across midcourt, flips it off to the left side, and Anderson. Anderson looks toward the baseline, gets tied up there, and foul's going to be whistled on the Titans. Who are they going to call this one on? It's either Andrews or Golson, and make it Golson. That'll be his fourth, team ninth.
One thing about Lorain's front court players, they're all like the same, long and lean.
Oh, yeah. I agree. And it suits them well typically. That athleticism has paid dividends for him on this particular season. Chad Anderson makes the first one. That'll give him 6 points. So you've got Williams in the book, Anderson, Berkey scored, Brown, Fears, Trinidad, and Molina for the Clippers. So you got a lot of good effort out there. Second one, no. Almost a sneak in there by Fears. Golson will come up with it, gets it out to Craighead, wants to push, then backs out. And didn't see the fast break there. Goes behind his back, flips it outside to Davis. Got excited about that, but that's stuff he does in his driveway every day. Davis across the top out to Wimbush. Waits for the defense to catch him. There's the double team. Tries to split it, gets knocked down. And he's going to go to the line for a couple. Foul's going to be called, I believe, on Berkey. His first. We're already in the double bonus for Lorain. Up 61-47. A lot of people sitting down. You expect people to be up and kind of excited about this one. First one is good for Wimbush, and a timeout is taken by the Clippers. And that will be a full time, which means we're going to take another break. This is the Cool Cat 1380 Lorain County Sports Network, along with WLCS TV20. We'll be right back.
What do a store owner, a mother of 2, and an honor student have in common? They've all recovered from a mental health problem, and they're all part of our lives. Mental health problems are surprisingly common. They affect almost every family in America, maybe even yours. Get the facts about mental health. Call 1-800-789-2647 because mental health is part of all our lives.
At Ferment's, we have nearly 200 used vehicles to choose from. A great selection of cars, trucks, and crossovers, service records on every vehicle, and Carfax reports on request. Take the guesswork out of buying a nice used car.
And come to Ferment Chevrolet.
And you'll be glad you went.
To Joe Ferment.
62-47 is the count here at Lorain High School. The Titans over the Clippers in the battle for Lorain. Early on, a little bit closer battle as Clearview was able to kind of slow the pace down. Once the Titans got into that little 10-point rush, it's kind of stayed right around there throughout the rest of the ball game, Rick.
And you can see right before the timeout, it's almost like Lorain could turn it on and turn it off whenever they want.
Yeah, you're right. Wimbush is going to go to the line. The 6'4" senior has 7 points on the evening, averages just under 12, and he'll miss that free throw. Fears will sky for the rebound and then turn it over. And Andrews misses the dunk, pulled back up and put back in by Cheers. That'll give him 4. Fast break going the other way. Williams wants to answer with that. Kicks it out top. Berkey, 3-ball, front of the rim, no. Rebound comes down to Brown. He'll mishandle. Anderson's going to pick it up. Fires it outside. Fears, 3-ball, got it. Fears now with 13. Makes it 64-50, a 14-point difference. 2:51. Boy, that dunk would have gotten people excited, at least a little bit. Davis. Indeed up by Berkey. Looks like man-to-man defense now by the Clippers. Stepping through that
Nice
defense
pass.
and dropping it inside. Craighead will get the deuce off the assist from Andrews.
You like to see those bigs being able to pass like that, Don.
Give him 14 points. I agree. Fears with the ball, about 15 feet away from the hoop. His pass knocked away by Davis. They'll get it out quickly. Andrews going the length. Layup, no. And he's going to go to the line for a couple. Williams is going to be called for the foul. He wasn't going to have any part of anybody dunking.
Not in his house, at least.
Well, watch that. You might get some Lorain High folks upset about whose house this might be. Devon Andrews with 6 points on the evening. He's got a couple coming his way. He's got his 7th point. And subs coming into the ball game. Jonathan Parker comes in. Cheers will sit down. Also into the ball game for Clearview is Brian Wood with 4 fouls. Andrews with an opportunity for point number 8. Puts it up and drops it in. That'll make it 68-50. And this one just blew open again in short order. Here's the left side and Brown. Brown wants to work against Andrews. It's moved away from the basket. They'll drop it to Williams. Williams will bounce it off his foot. Nope, they're going to say it went off of Jonathan Parker's foot. So it's going to stay with the Clippers. 2:08 left in the ball game. Bounce pass goes inside. That'll be Wood. He has to kick it back outside. They'll try to set the screen now. Fears tries to work through a double team, gets tied up. No, they're going to call a foul on Craighead. Craighead looks at the officials and says, really? And again, the response from the officials is, yes, young man, you fouled him.
You know, regardless how much politicking you do, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Although there have been a lot of fouls called in this second half.
And you got to wonder if it isn't having to do to keep this game under control.
By my count, 22 fouls in the second half alone. Fears hits the first one for his 14th point of the ball game. He and Williams share high-scoring lead for Clippers. Brandon Davis with 21 leads Lorain High. Fears has at least one more coming his way. He'll dip, put it up, and that bounces that one off the back of the rim. Rebound ripped away by Parker. He'll get it out to Davis, and Davis will just trot up court. He'll get across midcourt and then wait for the defense to find him, and Clearview Clippers will pick up that defensive intensity here. They're going to have to. Wimbush with the ball, well away from the hoop, wanted to drive, got cut off there very nicely, has to flip it off to the right side, and Andrews. Andrews working against Williams, flips it across the top. There's Wimbush again. Davis thought about the three, hesitates, works into the paint.
Nice move.
Little head fake, gets it up off the glass after stepping underneath, gets another deuce. It's a big night for Brandon Davis with 23 points. Down at the other end, shot is good for Williams. He goes down, and the timeout comes off the Clearview bench. Williams with 16 points. And I'm thinking this is probably a full timeout, but with 1:19 left in the ball game, we'll go ahead and keep it right here. The Titans up 70-53 over the Clearview Clippers. We talked about the Titans draw just a couple minutes ago. Look at what Clearview is looking at. They're going to be down at Worcester, and they've got Black River. Chippewa is in that little tournament. Clearview, Elyria Catholic, Hillsdale at 12-4, Keystone at 12-5. These records may not be 100% right. Northwestern 10-7, Norwayne at 15-2, Oberlin, Orville, Smithville, Waynedale, and then a team we saw last night, Wellington, in at 15-2.
Wow, impressive Wellington coming in there.
They're playing some nice ball down in Wellington. So Clippers in a tough draw down there in Worcester. We did a couple games down there last year following Wellington. Great people down there. Everything's kind of tight from a broadcast perspective, but, you know, I guess we can live with that. We're back to action here at Lorain High School. 1:19 left on the game clock. The Titans up 70-53. And you're seeing some people start to exit, and I think that'll probably make things easier for everybody else down at the back end of things. Ball will come in. That'll be Parker. Quick pass forward. That'll be Phillips. Phillips going the length of the court. He gets run into the cheerleaders. Avoids them somehow. Foul's going to be called on Marius Reese. And I believe that there was some communication between Coach Sally and Coach Bastock saying, let's just kind of let this one run itself out. Although you saw the foul there, and that didn't quite happen.
Yeah, both coaches emptying their benches, letting all the boys get a chance to play tonight.
Phillips misses the first one, has one more coming his way. Good show of respect between the two coaches and the two teams. Second one is good that time. Phillips with his first point of the ball game. 71-53 with 1:13, 73 ticks left in the ball game. Ball poked out of bounds. Actually, that was Cheers running at it, and then Marcus Rodriguez lost the concentration when the ball was altered. Ended up letting it go out of bounds. It'll come to Andre Phillips. Phillips hesitates, comes across the timeline, flips to the right side. Andrews and the Titans willing to just let this one click its way out, as long as the Clippers are willing to do that as well. Devon Andrews with the ball, swings it out top, the right side. Look out, here goes Teddy Wilson, layup and two. I thought Teddy might have had some thoughts about trying to rock the house, but wisely just laid it in. 73-53, what was a close ball game for the better part. Kind of backed itself off. 3-ball in the air. That one short for the Clearview Clippers that time. Celestino couldn't quite get it to fall. Lorenzo hearing it from the crowd. 30 seconds left. Out top with the ball. That'll be Andre Phillips. Phillips slips it left side to Andrews. Andrews hesitates, flips it off. 3-ball in the air. Parker. No dice on that one, and we're going to head the other way with 13 seconds left in the ball game. Stick around for our post-game show brought to you by your Lorain County Burger King restaurants. We'll have stats, hopefully player and coach interviews. We can get them up here to the bird's nest, as it were. We'll have to see how we manage that. Maybe tougher than anticipated. Ball poked out of bounds. Good anticipation there by Marcus Correa. Stay with Lorain High. 5.4 ticks left on the clock. A lot of movement around the gym right now. I want to make sure the players are all safe. Ball will go across the way to Parker. Inside it'll go, and that'll be Andre Phillips with a deuce. And there's the buzzer. Your final score, the Lorain High Titans 75, Clearview Clippers 53. Kind of the way you would have anticipated that it would have ended, Rick.
Yeah, but the score isn't indicative of how close the game was at points of this game. Clearview hung around. They gave a valiant effort, but at the end, it was not enough.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.